बहुत अच्छे भाई, आज अच्छा कर कैसे आपके दर्शन आज आज कैसे Hey, good evening. Good evening. Madhav is there online?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's start the work quick. What happened? Not well? Very good. Okay. The virus is the needs of the exams completed. Our SSC paper. I heard you were seriously tensed. Madhav, what I was doing last class?
So the making of the global world.
Economic growth. What economic growth?
No, sir. Sir, history.
They completed that, na? Gender religion. Come.
Sir, history, sir.
Gender religion we have completed, is it?
Yes, sir. It's in civics.
Oh, I'm so sorry. And history, what topic I was doing?
So the making of a global world.
Okay. And the heading, if you remember? El Dorado. You didn't forget El Dorado. That's not in the topic. El Dorado is mentioned in the textbook. Yes, city of gold. Is El Dorado mentioned in the textbook? Yes, sir. उसके आगे भी गए ना हम लोग? Yes, exactly. Biological warfare. उसका next main heading क्या है? Did we do this? Rinderpest वाला disease, conquest and plague. Yeah. Yes. Completed? Yes. मुझे एक volume देना. आज मैं एक काम करूँगा. ये chapter को try करूँगा कि finish कर दें. है ना? You got change. Did we do food travels and spaghetti that we have done? Conquest, disease, trade we have done. Then directly what I will do in 19th century as it is रहने देना. We'll directly go to page number 84. Page number 84, there is a paragraph called Rinderpest or the capital plague. We'll do this first, okay? Rinderpest or capital plague. I will read personally, but before reading only I'll explain what is this entire paragraph all about. Now the Europeans wanted African people to work in their mines, work in their plantation. You understand what is mines and plantation? But these Africans were not ready to work. Why the Africans were not ready to work? Because they had two good things. One, cattle population was high in numbers. Second, the green land, pasture land. Okay. What we have to understand, as long as these cattle are alive, as long as the green land is available, definitely these Africans are not going to work under Europeans. So it was knowingly or unknowingly, the disease which is called as rinderpest spread among the cattle. Which cattle? The African cattle. So slowly and steadily the disease spread to large numbers. And the wealth which was in the form of cattle, they perished. So what happened to Africans? They had the green pasture land, but without the cattle. Now they are jobless. You understand the meaning of jobless? Now they are forced to work under the mines or under any slaves to. So that is what we are trying to explain. Rinderpest or cattle plague. It is with reaction to Europeans and African laborers. Correct? So I will read personally. You just listen. Then I will give a short note on that. In Africa, 1890s, a fast-spreading disease of cattle plague or rinderpest, underline, terrifying impact on people's livelihood. I don't know how many have seen certain movies in Hindi. I don't know what it is. If a cattle, especially a cow, dies in the family of a farmer, they mourn or they cry as if the human being in the family has died. So much attachment to the cattle. Why? It is their bread and butter. It is their, what we can say, it is their family member like. In fact, I've seen certain farmers in our own hometown, they keep the pictures of that cows and thing, and they do the puja also. And some have constructed even memorials. Cow puja ke udhar perish ke udhar ek chota sa memorial bana diya. So the farmer in India is very much attached to the cattle. Similar to the farmers in Africa. Okay. Next. This is a good example of widespread underline European imperial impact. It shows how in this area of conquest, even an underline disease affecting cattle reshape the lives and fortunes of thousands. Now, do you think cattle disease can affect your life and my life today? Yes. To a certain extent. Are we directly dependent on the cattle?
For food and clothes.
We may depend in the form of milk. And we are not Americans. I can't say the word meat. कुछ लोग खाएंगे पता नहीं है. But generally Indians avoid the red meat. You understand the red meat? The cow and the buffalo. So Americans are a die-hard fan of that. कहाँ भी जाओ वो खाते हैं. So at least we are dependent on the milk. In fact, India today is the leading producer of milk in the world. मालूम है? Operation Flood का India superseded even America. In a year, India produces double the quantity of milk what America produces. So now then it is the Africans who are very much closely associated with the cattle. So death of the cattle have affected their life very badly. Let's see. Historically, Africans had abundant underlying land and small population. Which population they are saying? Human population. Cattle population. Land and livestock sustain African. Underline that word, livestock. Hey, what are livestock? Farm animals. Domestic animals. Like farm animals. I understand. But you should use the right word. भैया जी आज नींद में है क्या तू? पक्का ना? मुझे तो लग रहा है. When did your exam come to an end? So the whole night, whole day sleep. Today was holiday. I could see that. क्या रे ये इतना एग्जाम के लिए बोर्ड एग्जाम के लिए क्या करेगा? Flat on 4 wheels. ठीक है. At least relax का exams. Okay. In late 19th century Africa, there were few consumer goods that could buy. In late 19th century, Europeans were underlined attracted to Africa due to its vast resources. Circle that word. Land and minerals. Now minerals के बाजू में लिखो mining. Now, I feel the Europeans have the money to invest in the mines. Correct? They will bring the machines. They will start digging. But mines के अंदर machines जाएगा? नहीं जाएगा. Who has to go in? People. The people. And who are the local people? Africans. Are the Africans going to go inside the mine?
No.
Why not? Why not? पैसे तो मिलेगा ना उनको. Yes, Aditya. Why Africans will not be working under a mine?
So because they don't have, there are no goods to buy with the wages.
They'll say, I have cattle in my house. Every African family will be having minimum 20 to 100 cattle. बोलेगा तेरे पैसे से ज्यादा तो मेरे पास cattle है. Sorry sir, आप जाओ mine में काम करो. अभी who the investor is going to work inside the mine? बेचारा invest भी करेगा वैसे वो खुद ही जाएगा. So he need maximum workers. So this disease came as a mixed blessing to whom? The investor, the Europeans. Correct. Let's proceed. Europeans came to Africa hoping to establish plantation and mines to produce crops and minerals to export to Europe. But there was an unexpected problem. Circle the word unexpected. Look at it, is already underlined. No need to go for a shortage of labor willing to work for wages. I mean, now you are an investor. You come from a very developed country called Europe. And when you come to Africa, I'll say, "Ye kya garib log hai, ye kya? Main paisa fekega to sab bhag ke aayega." This is what their mentality is. But all of a sudden, European had seen that Africans are not ready to work. Why? The cattle. Okay, let's look. Employees use many methods to recruit and retain labor. Heavy taxes were imposed, which could be paid only by working for wages and plantation and mines. Inheritance laws were changed so that the peasants were displaced. What is inheritance law? The land passing after the death of the parents. That is, वो भी Europeans ने change किया. Only one member of a family was allowed to inherit. मतलब अभी Africans में it's more like Asia only. They will have 10 children, 12 children. तो ये लोग ने law को कैसा बनाया? Out of the 10 children or 9 children, only one son will get it. बाकी सबको land नहीं मिली. But then also the people were not ready to work. Just 1 minute, Madhav.
Yes, sir.
As a result, which others were pushed into the labor market. Mine workers are also confined to compounds and not allowed to move about freely. Then came a render pest, a devastating cattle disease. So whoever were put into the mine, जो भी आया, उनको compound wall बना दिया Europeans ने. क्या बोला? ये wall से बच के बाहर नहीं जाने. Why? There is a shortage of labor. So although European invested in mines, although Europeans invested in plantation, but what was the acute shortage? The labor was the shortage. Clear? Yes, Madhav, you were asking.
Sir, it is written heavy taxes were imposed, which would could be paid only by working. Sir, that part.
But the money that they got it from cattle rearing was less.
Okay, sir.
They purposely increased the taxes so that वो अपना cattle rearing छोड़ के mining में आएगा. फिर भी नहीं आया.
Okay.
समझा?
Yes, sir.
Now what else? So now check this. You want me to give a short note, or you will be able to write that answer on your own? Confirm. Okay. Let's go to. Achha, my good fan is here. Okay, wait. Let us read the next. Briefly describe the effects of rinderpest in Africa. I mean, rinderpest has arrived. Let's see the effects. Rinderpest arrived in Africa, underline, late 1880s, carried by infected cattle imported from British Asia. What is this British Asia?
Sir, southeastern countries which were under British rule.
हाँ, तो उधर एशिया के ऊपर लिखो colonies. एशिया के ऊपर लिखो colonies. Feed the Italian soldiers invading the Eritrea, entire whatever, in East Africa. Entering Africa in the east, rinderpest, circle that word, moved like a forest fire. Now, what is this forest fire and the rinderpest? You know, if you have seen at least in the TVs, forest fire spread like anything. So this disease, maybe 1 or 2 cattle, maybe within few days, 100 cattle, 200 cattle. So before you could think what is the problem with the cattle, many cattle started dying. Okay. And uske aage ki taraf. Okay, it reached Cape, that is Cape of Cape Town, Africa. 5 years later, along the way, Rinda Pesquil underlined 90% of the cattle, the loss of the cattle destroyed, circle the word African livelihoods. Hey, attendance sheet. All the three have signed. इधर बताइए मैं टिक करके दे देता हूँ मैडम को डिफिकल्टी होगा. Who is present? Aditya is present. You are going to be present for both the lectures, Aditya.
Yes.
And we have Madhav present. And Chris is there.
Hello, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, why don't you turn your video on, man?
There's some disturbance in my background.
Okay. So I marked you guys last time. I think Aditya or somebody left the lecture, second lecture. First lecture was present. I don't remember clearly. Okay. Now let's proceed now. What is that? Along the way, Rinda Pesquil, 90% the loss of cattle destroyed, circle, African livelihoods, planters, mine owners, colonial governments now successfully monopolized what scarce cattle resources remain. What is monopolized? उधर ऊपर full control. मतलब अभी government हो गया या investor हो गया, लोगों ने पूरा control ले लिया. To strengthen their power and to force Africans into which market? Into the labor market. Control over scarce resources of cattle enable European colonizer circle to conquer and subdue Africa. What is subdue? Bringing them under their control. Whose control? Europeans' control. Similar stories can be told about the impact of Western conquest on the part of 19th century. This is different. So write down the heading, Rinda pest or cattle plague. Look, my reading is very fast, at the same time quick also, right? I'll take it to the creative version. Okay, right up. Directly 1929 का depression लिखने का. In between का भी करूँगा, in a very sulky manner. You write destructive impact of colonialism. The heading.
So we have to read Rinda Press, right?
Rinda pest and all cattle plague. So where you go? So नीचे वाला heading मत. African economy. African economy. In 1890s, African economy in 1890s experienced a strange, fast spreading cattle plague. Bracket में डाल दो Rinda pest. Cattle plague inside the bracket you write Rinda pest. Disease. Next. Hey, have you heard this word? I don't know. Inception is the right word. This word have you heard about? Interception. Aditya is saying yes. Aditya, unmute and say.
Sir, there was a movie of the same name.
Movie, Inception. Oh, good, yeah. You watched it? Highly confusing. क्या बोलना चाहते movie? Some movies are very good. Some movies are. There is one movie, not movie. Yesterday, if you have seen the Mars, not Mars. American NASA has fired one satellite.
It crashed it onto.
There was one asteroid which was coming towards Earth, and it was going to hit the Earth. ऐसा वो बोलते हैं, पता नहीं what it is. And the satellite went and dashed to that asteroid, and up till now the asteroid has changed its direction. That's what they are saying. We do not know. Correct? So NASA खुद ही कुछ भी create करता है और खुद ही बोलता है हम लोग ने बचा ली. It's like you watch any movies of Bollywood, not Bollywood, Hollywood, they only save the world. And it's true, they only save the world. but मुझे लगता है कि पूरा दुनिया को खतरा अमेरिका जिसे होता है, because they only create all the unwanted things. Correct. So you please keep a track of such new things that is happening in the world. Let's write this. Okay, next. African economy had abundant land, small population, with rich livestock. What are livestock? Domestic animals. With rich livestock. Full stop. So next one. So Africans were self-sufficient to meet their daily necessities. ये मैंने पूरा अफ्रीका को एक 4 लाइन में बताया. How was Africa? Okay. Now new para or new point. In the late 19th century, Europeans entered into the African continent by establishing plantations and mines. By establishing plantation and mines. For which surplus laborers was the need of the day. You understand the word need of the day? Surplus laborers was the need of the day. Now read all this and tell me, am I making shorter or linear? I think I mean और 2 point में पूरा paragraph को. Is it okay or better or A1 first class? And in Marathi some people say what? Egg number. Say to Maharashtra, that's what Nijam. What's it? You don't understand. Aditya Vishwas is from Bengal and Madhav is from where?
North side.
You are from North America. Oh my God, India mein kya karte?
And North India.
North India. And Krish?
I am real Maharashtrian, of course. Oh my God.
Marathi Manus in Abu Dhabi. Which part of Maharashtra, Krish, are you from?
What do you say? Satara, something, some place known as Satara.
Yeah, I have gone to many times Satara. Yeah, मेरा गांव तो नहीं है Satara. Satara में किधर है?
Satara, like Karad or something. I don't know.
अच्छा, Karad.
Somewhere around there.
Okay, good. And proud to be Maharashtrian. So Dashera किसको मिला मालूम है कि नहीं? Dashera speech. Eknath Shinde and Uddhav Thackeray are fighting for the Dashera. You know what is Dashera speech? There is a place in Dadar Shivaji Park. I remember I was in my first year or second year college. I had seen live Balasaheb Thackeray. Every year that Shivaji Park is a वो लोग मराठी में क्या बोलते हैं हमसा गढ़ है गढ़ मतलब उनका फोर्ट है एंड क्या बोलते हैं दशहरा के दिन मतलब एक दिन पहले there will be a big public speech and people come all around from Maharashtra. बड़े-बड़े ट्रक से भर-भर के आते हैं. I remember I was in one corner of the park. It was late evening. I think my Marathi friends were all there. मुझे उतना तभी मराठी नहीं समझ में आता था. but these people who are watching and listening, they used to chant only one, Jai Bhavani, Jai Shivaji. कुछ नहीं सुनता था, बड़ा giant screen डाल देता था, and Balasaheb Thackeray was a influential film. So this year the tussle is between one is Uddhav Thackeray, the son of Balasaheb, and then the new CM. अभी पता नहीं कौन करेगा और कैसा करेगा और क्यों करेगा, है ना? मैं तो बोलता चुपचाप घर पे जाके सोच. We don't want any problem in Maharashtra at least. And Krish, so you support whom? Shinde or Thackeray's?
I'm not like, well aware about Maharashtra's politics.
That's good. That's good. तो जितना दूर रहेगा उतना बेटर है. जय महाराष्ट्र बोल के महाराष्ट्र से दूर भाग जाएंगे.
Jai Maharashtra.
Jai Maharashtra and be away from Maharashtra. Don't come in. So let's move. Now why I'm saying this, because India is one country where I don't know, cattle life is there, but the festival is a great one. I'd seen now this festival is going to begin the festivities. एक बार दशहरा उसके बाद दिवाली ना फिर चालू हो जाएगा. It's like that शोले का dialogue. होली कब है, होली कब है. तो बेचारा अपना राजू श्रीवास्तव का भी डेथ हो गया. I remember he used to keep saying, होली अकेला ही फेस्टिवल तुझे दिखता है क्या, दिवाली है, दशहरा है, फिर भी गब्बर सिंह सिर्फ होली के पीछे पड़ा रहता है. क्यों? Because होली के दिन वो हेमा मालिनी का नाम क्या रहता है वो मूवी में? She comes and dances in that song. Sholay you haven't seen? Sholay is a very popular movie. Amitabh Bachchan, Dharmender, and who else? Hema Malini and Amjad Khan. Amjad Khan become the great villain from that movie only. Sholay. देखना कभी. होली आते हैं उसका शोले के गाने सब आता है. चलो, let's celebrate Dashera. Not going to anywhere. Coming to the classroom. है ना? Okay, let's move. We are at which point? देखो महाराष्ट्र का नाम बोलते ही कृष भाई के आ गया, है ना कृष? Good work.
Indeed. Jai Maharashtra again.
That's what. You have to show your face. If not, Buddha will run behind you. कौन सा महाराष्ट्र में? Let's start the next point. अभी ये disease के बारे में बोल के mind को कर. The Europeans face a strange, unexpected problem. Europeans face strange, unexpected problem. Hyphen, वो देखो पेज नंबर 85 में दिया है वो as it is लिख लो. For shortage of labor willing to work for wages. Shortage of labor willing to work for wages. वो लिख लो. Then next point, or दो ही point है, we'll find out. Europeans used several pressure tactics. Europeans used several pressure tactics. Europeans used several pressure tactics. Hyphen. First, heavy taxes. Change in the law of inheritance. Heavy taxes. Change in the law of inheritance. You understand inheritance? And restricting the movement of mine workers. Don't write mine workers. Mine, M-I-N-E. Restricting the movement of mine workers. Full stop. Next. But the disease hyphen rinderpest proved as a major blessing to the Europeans. Proved as a major or a major blessing to the Europeans. Now check all this heading and check what is there in the volume also, because anyway I have read it. So I hope you should not have a doubt. फिर भी cross check कर लो. So the disease proved to be a major blessing for the Europeans. अभी न्यू पैरा में how it is a blessing वो मैं बताऊँ ना मतलब I'll give the points. Okay, change the paragraph. You write effects of Rinderpest. Effects of Rinderpest. Point number 1. The disease carried by infected cattle. The disease was carried by infected cattle. Imported cattle, infected cattle from British Asia for Italian soldiers. मतलब Italian soldiers उधर if hyphen you write in East Africa. समझा ये आया कैसे? Hey, you remember in the beginning of the lecture only I told these Americans, Africans, and Italians have the hunger for eating which meat? Red meat. Sorry to say, I don't know. Even in India, it was a very common scene. Many people. I don't know what it is, but one thing I've seen: whoever consumes this meat and this, and what is that other one? Pig, is it? What do you call it? Beef. तो है. Pig को क्या बोलते हैं? Pork. They say it is good for your health. हाँ. But after a certain age, I don't know, the body gets some unwanted and undue diseases. I've seen people in my, not in the hometown, they are far away from, they used to consume langurs also. You know what are langurs? Deers, camels. I heard in Abu Dhabi, you get camel meat there, Abu Dhabi?
Yes, we do.
Ooh. And even the milk also, is it?
Yeah.
Don't tell me you have tasted both.
I have not eaten it, but like it's there.
You have tasted it.
I have not eaten, not.
But taste किया क्या?
मैंने कुछ taste नहीं किया, मतलब है इधर.
It's okay, man. I heard it is very difficult to digest. I'll tell you a fun incident when I was in Toronto and part of America only. I used to, once in an occasion, we used to go. When winter comes, they say कि थोड़ा सा खाना पड़ेगा वरना you will die because of the winter. If not, you should take the liquid medicine. जो मैं starting में नहीं लेता था. एक African lady आती थी. Sorry, she was not an African lady, American lady. She was non-white. So every time she used to meet me in the mall, and उधर कैसा है ना हमारे जैसा नहीं है कि देखा तो hi hello नहीं कोई भी करता है. मैं ना you I also say how do you do everything. तो 2-3 Sunday she मिली, she meet me, and 4th Sunday she told me that I will sponsor you today non-veg. बोले ठीक है, free में मिल रहा तो मैंने पूछा क्या तू लेके देगी? She told either the cow tail or the Australian lamb. बोला मैडम हम लोग cow नहीं खाता है. No, you must eat the tail. It is the best for the cancer. I heard it is correct. अगर उसका सूप पी लिया ना, cancer 90% chances it will not affect. मैंने बोला sorry, I won't. अच्छा ठीक है, lamb ले लेंगे. You understand lamb is it? चलेगा Australian lamb क्या है? ये तो सर रहेगा. And then मैंने बोला how does an Australian lamb look like? बोला no problem, I will show you. तो लेकर गई. अभी नॉनवेज आइटम्स कैसा रहेगा ना, ये तो अपना क्लासरूम फिर भी छोटा है, सोच लो इसका 4 गुना बड़ा है. And that fellow will open the big refrigerator door and he will go inside. He will come after 15-20 minutes only. तो पूरा वो freezing का वो निकलेगा, है ना? So he came up with the meat and this lady was buying. मैंने बोला ठीक है, if she is offering ऐसे कुछ भी लेके देगा तो घर पे मार पड़ेगा. Let's see what is an Australian lamb. Then she showed me the pictures. The Australian lamb is this much height, is like a young one of a camel. मतलब camel का बच्चे की तरह दिख रहा था. अभी मैं कैसे बोलूं इसको कि मुझे नहीं खाने का करके, है ना? I said, Madam, is this a goat? Oh, it's a lamb. Don't you think this meat we Indians have never tasted? Now you more important, you should taste it. अब इसको कैसे मना करूं? मना करेगा तो भी उसको गुस्सा भी आएगा. Then I told, there is one thing, what I'll do, you cook this lamb once in your house. I will come to your house, वो मेरा opposite condo में रहती थी. I will come once, I'll taste, and if I like it, I will only cook for you. Oh, that's wonderful. तो जो मेरे लिए ले रही थी, मैडम ने खुद ले ली. Then next time so lady जब भी मॉल में दिखती थी नॉन वेज सेक्शन में मैं जो भागता था उसको देख के, because you imagine Australian lamb is like this, you know, मतलब camel जैसे ही है. फिर मैंने बोला, is it a lamb? She said, yes, it is a lamb. And 90% of the Americans, they love the non-veg, but few percentage I've seen they are pure vegetarians. कुछ भी नहीं खाता है. I was very shocked to see a boy. He was close to 25 years old only. He said, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. मैं बोला Hare Krishna. बोले सर मैं तो ऑनियन गार्लिक भी नहीं खाता. बोले इधर तू किधर पैदा हो गया? He doesn't eat even onion garlic. तो फिर मैंने पूछा ये क्या ऐसा क्यों हो गया तू? बोलते क्या है ना, जो the meat that we get it is highly frozen. You understand frozen? It might be killed 1 year before, 2 years before, and फिर वो हमारे पास आता है. ये जब मैं इधर आके इंडिया में आके सबको स्टोरी सुना रहा था ना, तो मेरे कुछ कजिन्स है हार्डकोर नॉनवेज टाइप, बोलते इसलिए इंडिया में खाने का. मैं बोले क्यों? फ्रेश, तेरा आंखों के सामने उसको कत्ल करके हम देगा, ले लेके चल. मैंने लोगों भी नहीं चाहिए. नो, यू शुड ईट. I have seen people using the pigeon's blood to massage on certain body part which is not working. बोले ये क्या आदिवासी लोग नहीं करता है. हाँ, certain, I heard it. If you have a paralysis or some part of the body not working, pigeon को कट करके बहुत जल्दी उसका blood massage कर देने का. Then you will feel that veins are little bit relaxed. You know, paralysis is that only. So now then we come back to Africa. The Italian soldiers were there in Africa, and they wanted the meat not of African cattle. They wanted the meat from Asia. अभी जब वो cattle Asia से Africa में आया, it was having the disease. Which disease? The rinderpest disease. That cattle might have been kept with the African cattle. Correct? In those days, the awareness was very less. कि cattle को injection डालना है, उसको ये देना है, separate रखना है. हाँ, cattle से याद है, not cattle. I don't know, 2-3 days before the news was very high that Mr. Xi Jinping has been overthrown. जब से वो SCO summit में आया, मेरा फ्रेंड्स लोग ने भी बहुत सारा मैसेज डाला, शी जिनपिंग को रूल से हटा दिया. अभी कल वो बाहर आया and he was quarantined for 7 days because he had gone to that Uzbekistan, na? Some part of the country. So he is the prime minister or the president of that country. He himself was quarantined. 7 दिन तक वो घर से बाहर नहीं निकली. जो इंडियन प्रेस ने उसके बारे में बोला, कुछ लोगों ने बोला वो तो हाउस अरेस्ट में, कुछ लोगों ने बोला उसको तो रूल से हटा दिया, कुछ लोगों ने बोला he is removed. After 7 days, he is coming with a mask in his face, and he's saying, "Yeah, I was quarantined for 7 days." Can we imagine? ये 7 दिन में जो हमारा इंडियन प्रेस ने चाइनीज बारे में रेजिम चेंज हो गया, नया रेजिम, अभी इंडिया और चाइना बहुत अच्छा हो जाएगा. शी जिनपिंग बारे के बोला, कौन बोला अच्छा हो जाएगा? मैं अभी भी सुनता. So it's a very strange scene of our Indian mockery. Okay, let's proceed. So you understood how does the cattle spread the rinderpest? Right up. Okay, what did I say? For the Africa, right? Next. Spread of this disease from the Asian cattle to the African hyphen was very rapid. So the spread was open double inverted comma like forest fire. The spread was like forest fire. अभी मैंने properly use किया forest fire को. And the last, not the last sentence, the next sentence. In less time, it reached the Africa's southernmost tip, killing the 90% of the African cattle. Killing 90% of the African cattle. Underline 90%. Comma, not comma, full stop. Next point. It not only destroyed the African livelihoods, it not only destroyed the African livelihoods, but forced them into the labor market condition. Forced them into the labor market conditions. So the last point. Now, the European colonizers. Could conquer and subdue Africa in a much easier manner than to wage a war or so. मतलब war या और कुछ लड़ाई के बगैर लोग ने कंट्रोल में ले लिया है, ठीक है? चेंज द पता. Hence, the spread of this disease and destruction of cattle life enforce EN the African slavery. Africans slavery, not Africa ka slavery, Africans ka slavery. Now read both the paragraphs.
Sir, can you repeat the concluding line?
The destruction of killing of these animals enforced the Africans into slavery. Is it that line?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. My English is so good or so bad. The more time you ask, I will use more new lines and new words. Okay, please read it. For indentured labor, I will put Madhav to read, then I will explain. I will give a short note, if not, we'll mark it here only, indentured labor. Even my short may explain कर देता हूँ. Then फिर Great Depression है. फिर then we'll be studying Cold War. And then Bretton Woods Conference. ऐसा करेगा तो ये chapter जाएगा. The chapter will be never-ending chapter. Now let us understand that word indentured labor. Any idea the meaning of the word indentured? Can I say forced labor?
It's like cheap labor.
Labor on contract. Am I correct? Now you see this cricket, especially this West Indies team. We have certain Indian names. Sunil Narayan or Sunil Narayan. You know why did he got the name Sunil? तुरंत एक लड़का बोलता है सर ने ना उसका बर्थ के टाइम अफ्रीका में था, वेस्ट इंडीज में था. I read books, so it is written there. His dad is a big fan of Sunil Gavaskar. हमारा बॉम्बे का प्लेयर है ना, tiny little fellow. So when he took birth, this Narayan, just to make his hero, his name is Sunil Narayan. If you have seen his bowling and even little bit of batting, na, he plays my batting. I really enjoy Sunil Narayan's bowling. Not only Sunil Narayan, we have Shiv Narayan Chandrapal, Kali Charan, and there were many cricketers, Indian origin, but they are West Indies. ये गए कैसे उधर लोग? हाँ, cricket देखने गए उधर, शादी करके उधर ही बैठे.
I think like in like West Indies region, there were many sugar and cotton plantation. For working on the plantation field, Indian laborers were migrated to Cuba and states like that.
But they didn't go on their own. The word is indentured, contract. I mean, to tell you very simple, I have to track the way back. Christopher Columbus, he discovered West Indies. Looking at the black-skinned people, he said, "This is India," and he went back to Portugal. He came from the Portugal, the great country. And after a few years, it was Vasco da Gama. What did he do? He found the sea route to India. Then after finding India, he said the earlier continent which was found by Columbus is not India. It is West Indies. Dekho naam kaise change hua. So we have islands which we call them as Caribbean islands. Matlab, we have this Guyana, और भी 2-3 जगह मुझे भी याद नहीं आ रहा. Antigua, these are lovely places of Africa. West Indies, you should watch at least whenever India goes there. And people are so dancing mood. They not only watch the cricket. मतलब cricket एक जगह पर, इन लोग का खाना पीना एक जगह पर. It is not a cricket. It's like a pub. They have the drinks and enjoy. Now what has happened? There were many sugarcane farms, rubber plantations. If I talk about rubber plantation, I have to speak of Malaysia. I mean, Malaysia was under the control of British. So they needed the workers from India. So normally south, that is Tamil Nadu, and mainly Tamil Nadu is closer to Singapore and closer to Malaysia. So they make these people sign a contract for 5 years and you have to go there and you have to work. Some people voluntarily accept it. ठीक है, इधर British है, हम मरने से अच्छा उधर जाके मरेगा. But उधर जाने की तो जिंदगी कोई बड़ा नहीं था. It was quite okay. But some people liked it, they settled there only. Abhi, how does this indentured labor is making a global world? You go to Malaysia, there is a street, not a street, it is a particular area. The community is from Tamil Nadu. The community name is Chettiars. Chettiars, matlab, in Tamil, they call us merchants. And the place where they are settled in Malaysia is called Malacca. Malacca ke pura Muslims dominated area. Okay? But a Chettiars जाके वो पूरा area को कब्जा कर लिया. अभी can you guess what is the name of this area now? They call it as Malacca Chetti. Are you understanding? मतलब area का नाम ही लोग ने change कर दिया. उतना Indians उधर रहता है. Malacca Chetti. Then there is one big caves in Malaysia called Batu Caves, where we have Subramaniam Swami Temple. There are also many Asians. You go to a country called, is already there, I will make that country, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Qatar, Indians are there. So some Indians were forced by the Britishers to move there and work there. And there were certain agents who used to do the work. मतलब agents यहाँ से लोगों को contract sign करवाता था, लेके जाके उधर छोड़ देता. Correct? Some loved that country, some liked the environment they lived there. Some did not, they came back. So this is what we are going to understand, indentured labor from India. समझ में आया? So whoever Indians have settled in countries called Mauritius. Have you heard about Mauritius? Mauritius. Then we have Fiji. वो भी Mauritius के बाजू में ही है. In fact, we had a prime minister in Mauritius who was Indian origin. His name was Mahindra Verma. अभी नहीं बहुत टाइम हो गया, 15-20 साल हो गया. But he was a prime minister of that country, Mauritius. अमिताभ बच्चन का favorite picnic spot है. Mauritius. रहेगा भी सर करोड़ों में कमाता है. अभी हमको Mauritius बोले तो जाएगा आएगा खाना पीना कुछ नहीं करने का सर होटल में भी नहीं रुकने. Then you go to even Maldives. Have you heard about Maldives? Wonderful country. हम बस प्लान करता रहता है. फिर हम लोग इधर बैठे बैठे Maldives गए, हाँ उतरा, हाँ खाना खाया, रिटर्न है. Maldives का खाना हमारा होटल में मिलता है. हो गया Maldives, हो गया. Flight, अरे छोड़ ना, इधर मिल रहा है तो क्यों Maldives जाएगा? So we say Indian laborers have moved to Singapore, Malaysia, West Indies, what else? Mauritius, Fiji. I mean, now our cultures are there. अब इतना दूर क्यों जाता है? Even China, the Buddhism. Who spread the Buddhism in China? There is one good South Indian movie which is dubbed in Hindi. Have you seen? Bodhi Dharma. He was a fellow from India. He went to China. He not only taught them martial arts, he taught them hypnotization, correct? And he taught the Indian medicines. You know what did the Chinese do? They put poison in his food and they killed him. Before eating the food, he knew. Yes, a movie mein dikhata hai na. Dekho, it's a nice movie. And it is based on the facts only. उसको मालूम है कि लोग poison दे रहा है, but चुपचाप खा लेता है. Even today is burial places there in China. अभी आप taekwondo बोलो या kung fu, karate, it's all came from India only. There is a place in Kerala where they teach you something called as Kalaripettu. वो मैं दिखाता हूँ. अच्छा, you know Kalaripettu. You are a boy of 8 or 7 years old. You are let till you become 18. You have to learn that Kalaripettu. Kalaripettu is so dangerous. They will have swords. They will have the sticks and no shirt also in the body. Only dhoti like that. And they jump up till 3 feet, 4 feet, and they keep agility. अभी मुझे ना लगता है कि ये मार्शल आर्ट्स को लेकर आने का ये तू Kalaripettu के साथ लड़ा फिर हम लोग बैठे चल लगा इसके सर पे. So whatever these Chinese have learned, either Buddhism or this hypnotization, correct, or this martial arts, it's all came from India. So look, so this is making of a global world through what? Laborers who have settled in foreign countries who went from India. समझ में आया? Okay, चलिए, let's mark. It's almost 10 minutes we have. Then we'll go ahead. Okay, I'm just reading it so that you can guys quickly mark. Example of indentured labor, underline. Illustrates two-sided nature of 19th century. Only underline about two-sided nature. One side faster economic growth. Second side greater misery, higher incomes for some and poverty for others. Okay, why is that a higher income for some and poverty for others? मतलब जो भी उधर foreign countries में सेटल किया सब लोग तो अच्छा पैसा नहीं मिला. Some earned and some become pauper. Okay, let's go to the third point. Hundreds and thousands of Indian and Chinese laborers. उतना ही mark करो. Then you mark plantation, mines, road and railway construction. And let us go to the next. In India, you write underline indentured laborers hired under contract. And contract से सीधा नीचे आता है. Work for 5 years. So कितना साल का contract रहेगा? 5 years contract. Okay. On their employer's plantation. What is plantation? Rubber. Rubber trees के लिए generally Malaysia में जाता है public. आज भी जाता है. From Tamil Nadu. And leave that. The main destination of Indian indentured migrants. Did you see that point? Main destination of Indian indentured. Open bracket. Caribbean islands. Look at that. यही मैं islands का नाम भूल गया. Trinidad, Guyana, Suriname, Mauritius and Fiji. You underline Trinidad and Guyana and underline Mauritius and Fiji. And then you go to Ceylon and Malay लिखो Malaysia. क्या हमारे दादाजी सब इधर गए हैं ऐसा मेरे पापा बोलते थे. Both are non थे. So he told me that he has gone in a ship to Malay and Burma. Trade or return आया ही. And you mark tea plantations in Assam. Then you write recruitment was done by agents for a small commission. Then many migrants agreed to work. Underline. Escape poverty or oppression. Oppression के ऊपर लिख लो British oppression. मतलब यहाँ से डर के उधर सब उधर भाग गए। नेक्स्ट 19th century indenture has been described as, did you see entire point, new system of slavery. Next point, on arrival laborers found condition और different सब छोड़ दो, condition के बाद में लिखो harsh with few legal rights. What does this mean, harsh and few legal rights? उस पर दोनों पॉइंट को एक एक ज्वाइन करो। अभी मैं यहाँ से आपको मलेशिया लेके जा रहा हूँ, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, नॉट आई एम टेकिंग, आई एम जस्ट सेइंग, आई एम द एजेंट। आप लोग मेरे से पूछे सर मलेशिया कैसा है, बोले ब्यूटीफुल, हाउ इज द वर्किंग कंडीशन, ए क्लास, सोच लो इधर का 3 स्टार होटल जैसा। आप बोलो अच्छा वेरी गुड, सर पेमेंट कितना है, इंडिया का पैसे में आपको 1.5 लाख मिले, वेरी गुड। मतलब आप जैसे ही मैंने ये सब बोल दिया, आप दिन रात मलेशिया का सपना ही देखते। एंड व्हेन आई लैंड यू देयर, I ask you a small hut-like place, ये आपका 3 स्टार होटल है, जाओ ऐसा। अब बोलेगा ये कौन सा 3 स्टार, इधर ऐसे ही मिलेगी, आ गया ना, चुपचाप रहे या वरना जा। अब बोलेगा यार पूरा फैमिली में मैंने सबको बहुत बड़ा बड़ा फेंक के आया। फिर सेकंड बोलता सर आई वांट टू अपील। ठीक है, नो प्रॉब्लम, यू कैन अपील, बट योर अपील विल नॉट बी हर्ड हियर। बोले क्यों, यू आर इंडियन फेलो, इंडियन एम्बेसी में जा। फिर इंडियन एम्बेसी में जाके उधर का ऑफिसर बोलता आया है ना, कॉन्ट्रैक्ट साइन किया है ना, काम करना। आर यू अंडरस्टैंडिंग, यू गॉट योर लीगल राइट्स, ऐसे नहीं कि राइट्स नहीं दे रहा, बट दे रहा है, बट ठीक है अभी आ गया, व्हाई आर यू गोइंग। अब बोलते यार अभी 5 साल तक इधर मरना पड़ेगा। एंड पहला 6 महीना तो आप रो के ही काम करता है, अच्छा क्या हो गया क्या हो गया। एंड इधर से आपका फ्रेंड्स फोन कर दो, वाह फिर मलेशिया एंजॉयिंग, आप बोलते हाँ वेरी गुड, तू भी आजा। Sorry, I'm just laughing on this one because I remember first snowfall I'd seen in US and some part of Canada. Some of my friends wanted to see the snowfall live. मैं उधर sorry to use Hindi but मेरा तो फट रहा था उधर मन में से। And ये लोग फोन करके snowfall गिर रहा है, तू कर रहा है क्या, वीडियो भेज हमको। बोले तू क्या करेगा, I will enjoy the video man। बोले ये ले मारो, अरे कितना अच्छा लग रहा है, बोले इधर आ और भी अच्छा लगेगा पक्का। बोला हाँ 6 महीने से तो हम लोग घर के अंदर ही पड़ा रहता है, हीटर आते क्या सीन है यार। बोला हाँ क्या सीन है, जहां भी देखेगा ना आपको ऐसा लगेगा व्हाइट डेजर्ट में आके, हर जगह स्नो। आई रिमेम्बर इनिशियली मुझे भी बहुत अच्छा लगता था, फिर नेवर इन माय लाइफ आई टच द स्नो विद द हैंड, because wherever I used to walk up till knee level the snow, like a polar bear I used to walk like this। हाँ मतलब मेन रोड में तो वो आइस ब्रेकर आता है वो करते रहते, बट अंदर का रोड में अभी सोच लो ये अपना ऑफिस का जो मेन रोड है उधर आइस ब्रेकर काम करेगा, बट अंदर का रोड में नहीं। एंड दैट इज द टाइम आई विल बी रिटर्निंग फ्रॉम द यूनिवर्सिटी क्लोज टू 7:30 और 8 एंड 9 o'clock क्या 4 बजे से अंधेरा ऐसा होगा जैसे कि रात के 11 बज गए। एंड सम ऑफ माय फ्रेंड्स टोल्ड तेरे एरिया में पोलर बेयर सब दिखता है, जरा समझ के जा। बोले ये पहले क्यों पहले क्यों नहीं बोला, बोले क्यों, मैं ब्लैक कलर का जैकेट पहन के जाएगा तो उसको बराबर दिखता है, मैं also white jacket only। and polar bears are very dangerous, huh? If they spot a human being they will drive you till you are not dead, and they are, मैंने सुना है, मैंने देखा नहीं लाइव अभी तक, by God's grace I haven't seen। तो बोलता जब बैठता ही 6.5 फुट का रहता है, when it is standing upright it will be close to 9 feet, and बोलते सिर्फ एक हाथ का एक झापड़ तो स्लैप देगा ना, you will be there but you will not be alive। बोले इतना लवली एनिमल है, हम लोग तो उधर डिस्कवरी में देख के हाँ लवली है, कभी आमने सामने आ जाए तो फिर मालूम पड़ेगा हाउ लवली इट इज। So are you understanding why I'm saying? So when these people were in those difficult conditions, they had the problem but they cannot do anything। अभी जैसे मैं बोलूं एक फ्लाइट आता है 6 महीने के बाद दूसरा फ्लाइट आता है, बोलेगा 6 महीने तक इधर मरना पड़ेगा, मैं तो 6 मिनट भी नहीं रुकेगा, बट रुकना पड़ेगा बॉस। एंड उस टाइम पे फ्लाइट भी नहीं था, दे यूज्ड टू टेक बाय शिप्स ओनली, एंड शिप जर्नी मतलब आई डोंट नो हाउ मेनी आई हैव ट्रैवल, आई हैव ट्रैवल फॉर 4 or 5 hours। जो मुझे टेंशन आता है सी सिकनेस बोलते हैं। हाँ he has already fizzled। Okay, I'll come back after 5 minutes। and then continue. Okay, so it was nice. Okay, guys, let's continue quickly. Finish off this, and then I will explain 19, 20 and depression also. So, which point did I mark? Agents or the mark किया ना? Living and working conditions for harsh. Many escape, बस इतना ही. You just check if these points are okay or you want to give. You are able to write looking at the volume. Confirm ना? Then put the next heading, Great Depression of 1929. पहले मैं explain कर देता हूँ. These are the heavy weighted topics from this. क्या हो गया? Jamshed is thinking deeply. What man is want to go to Africa? Africa. Or Malaysia, Singapore. तो जल्दी Europe. Europe में जा रहा है. यूरोप में जाके क्या दिवाली मनाएंगे? उधर कुछ एक अगरबत्ती भी जला नहीं सकते. Okay. Just understand this problem. Because everywhere that inside the house you have that fire alarm. And you can't burn a agarbatti also. Forget about it. Behind candles and burn. Now this was a problem for the first time in the world history. We are having seen a depression. What kind of depression it was? Economic depression. Now how do I explain our depression today? Survey. That is hyperinflation in Germany. It was USA which had gone for hike in the agricultural produce. Correct? Agricultural produce, especially wheat. In 1920, it is 1914 to 1919 in the First World War. Second World War is 1939 to 1945. In between First and Second World War, for the first time in the world history, we are seeing a depression where America had gone for huge production of wheat. Production was the highest, but demand was the lowest. What has happened to the wheat? Not only wheat, all the prices of the wheat fell down very sharply. Now, all the farmers, correct? Big farmers are not like Indian farmers, who had took loans from where? From the banks, correct? To produce the wheat. What had happened? The loans were not paid back. क्यों? Because जो price उनको मिला था उससे तो price बहुत कम मिला. किसको? Farmers. When the loans are not given to banks, what will happen? Banks collapse. If banks collapse, what will the bank will do? It will force the farmers to get the loan. Correct? And on the top, they have raised the import duties. You understand import duties? जो भी goods अमेरिका में आता था उसका भी duties बढ़ा दिया. अभी ये जो loans का loss है कहाँ से तो निकालने का अमेरिका. ये तो सिर्फ अमेरिका का problem था. So there were many European economies which were running on the money of which dollar? American dollars. So जिसने भी अमेरिका से लोन लिया, the American dollar fell sharply. मतलब आज मैंने अगर $1 billion अमेरिका से लिया, मुझे in return $3 billion पे करने. मनी वैल्यू गिर गया उसका. So what I will do? तो मैंने भी अपना लोन सस्पेंड कर दिया. So in the textbook or in the volume, you will have a word called catastrophe. Any idea what this catastrophe means? I normally explain an explosion done by an atom bomb. Chalo, atom is a danger, so bomb explosion. Normally, when a bomb explodes in a particular area, uska splinters bolte, uska jo chemicals, ammonium nitrate or something. It has to reach far, far in the air. जितना दूर जाएगा, like one minute micro nano particle of ammonium nitrate touched my skin, तुरंत जलेगा मेरा skin. I'll try to rub it. The half the skin will tear away. That was the atom bomb used by America. Two small brothers, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. अभी ये वैसा वाला bomb नहीं है. ये कौन सा bomb है? Economic bomb, which exploded where? In America. And very soon it engulfed the whole world. अभी समझ में आया? So this is called a Great Depression of America in which year? 1929. Any idea who pulled America out of this depression? Yeah, ऐसे अमेरिका को छोड़ दिया मरने के लिए.
I think the president of America, Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Very good, my boy. What a program he brought.
I think like some economic programs. First of after World War II, like Germany had faced a big crisis.
To America, his name was Franklin D. Roosevelt. Roosevelt. He brought a program called New Deal. अभी उसने New Deal इसलिए बोला, he slowly increased the investment, very slowly, made some little bit profit, made the money value come slowly and steadily to the market. And then maybe with the span of 4 or 5 years, America was totally out of this depression. This is the time Germany starts printing more and more currency. उसको क्या लगा अमेरिका का लोन देने के लिए चलो जर्मन मार्क बनाएगा. But German mark उसने इतना print कर लिया to buy a loaf of bread, they used to carry bullock cart full of money. अभी आज you are going to buy 1 liter of milk in India, you are carrying 2 sacks of money. बोले क्या क्या उठा के जा रहा है सर 1 लीटर दूध लेने जा लीटर एक है बट तू 10 किलो का बैग लेके जा. हाउ पेनफुल इट इज. पेनफुल छोड़ो इतना मनी वो गिनेगा किधर बैठ के. Are you understanding? So this was the depression which is known as Great Depression of America in 1929. I'm not going to read, neither I'm asking you to read for me. You silently read it. I'm going to give a very detailed notes on this because it's very important. Come down to page number 90. I'll give the volume to him also. 1991 का पूरा detail है. Please read फिर मैं इसका notes दे दूँगा. This is very important for your exams. Depression of 1929.
So after the war, Germany was made to pay.
Now that is Treaty of Versailles.
Yeah.
So
Because
ये
of
paid in
that-
American dollars होगी ना. By pledging the gold to America, Germany got the money. अभी money value गिर गया. America stopped the loan. Then it wanted to print more money. Germany itself was into a hyperinflation.
because the six that
Oh,
into like they had to give like the compensation to
correct. $9 billion उसका basis.
So England had ordered wheat from USA. But due to like Germany not being able to pay lending to us, they had to actually order. They had the production very high.
Correct. Right. Good. Please read it. Read it quickly. Don't read very. You understand, na? Wherever you get the lines, you can ask me. If not, I can show you the depression also. You must have one video of depression. 1929 Great Depression.
So what does recession mean?
Recession means slowdown of an economy. So the economics layer and right. Hopefully, I'm there here. Then I'll tell you what is all this.
Because recession is happening or something like that.
All over. When we go into that chapter called globalization, you remember, remind me, so yeah, but remind me. Let me explain. It's a nice video. You guys watch this. I hope you will have a greater depth what I'm explaining. Then I'll give notes on American Depression of 1920.
The catastrophic global event that's had zillions of people
Catastrophic.
in the conflicts. Across America, men and women would stand in bread lines and live in shanty towns. In Germany, the devastation caused by the Great Depression gave rise to the Third Reich and ultimately led to the start of World War II. People still celebrate the 1920s as a golden era of parties and glee, but the fruits of the Great Depression were planted in these years of complacency. Followed the stock market crash in 1929, the start date of the Great Depression in the West. It was not the only cause of the disaster. In Europe, in the early 20s, the economy was already in tatters. Most of Europe struggled to repay debts owed to America in World War I. Germany in particular was paying heavy reparations. In 1922, Germany was experiencing hyperinflation as their money did not increase. Workers collected wages in wheelbarrows, and desperate people were cash to keep warm. At its lowest point in 1923, 1 trillion German marks was worth $1.
Oh my God.
Germany shaped the economy.
$1
which relaxed some reparations Germany had to pay. Nonetheless, it was not enough to prevent the rise of the far right during the 20s. In the US, on the other hand, the economy was booming. Taxes were repealed to encourage spending.
Taxes were increased.
The consumer did flourish. The automobile strikes was a massive stimulus for the American economy, providing factory jobs and jobs building roads and petrol stations. America's landscape was forever changed by the comet, and many people could not travel further to find work. Many older industries also benefited from car manufacturing, as many factory bosses copied Henry Ford's Midland assembly line model to mass-produce goods. For the wealthiest in society, new inventions like radios and washing machines became popular consumer items. Some people bought new gadgets on credit, a mistake which would come back to haunt them later. This was an exception for New York, where Wall Street was the Empire State Building and Rockefeller Center were built in this period in a forest and skyscraper creating toward the landscape. New York's prosperity was funded by the new trade with buying stocks and shares. Many ordinary people, as well as professional speculators, made the stock market for the first time. With share prices climbing fast, people were convinced that the stock market was a great way to make money quickly, and some people even took out loans to buy stocks. Although share prices rose exponentially throughout the decade, the economy was slowing down in real terms from at least the mid-20s onwards. Global trade had sown, and major powers could only spend on luxury items. The European market had shrunk considerably due to the austerity caused by World War I. Although the US had done much better due to the war, they would quickly reach a saturation point for the sale of new goods without a thriving global market to sell to. Farming in the US had also slowed down. Agriculture had expanded massively during the First World War, but demand fell dramatically after the war ended. The industrialization of farms had put many farmers into debt, and many farm hands on board. Crop yields were at an all-time high, but the market was by now totally saturated, and there was little opportunity for expansion abroad. Almost 1/3 of Americans still worked in agriculture in this era, so the industry's collapse would have massive consequences. Many farmers were already struggling to pay their bills by the middle of the 20s. Knowledge of this challenging reality inevitably hit home in Wall Street, and the markets became shakier as it was increasingly evident that the sky-high share prices were based on nothing. The booming economy caused by stock market speculation was an illusion. Any investors began to bet against the market. On Thursday, October 24th, 1929, after a rush of panic selling when the markets opened, the stock market crashed dramatically. Over 12.9 million shares changed hands in one day. Known as Black Thursday, this crash would cause a wave of unemployment due to the sudden drop-off in spending and investment. Many industries collapsed in these early days of panic selling, while those who had taken out loans to buy stocks were left destitute. Many stockholders committed suicide. The years 1930 through 1933 would see a wave of banks collapse as investors increasingly lost confidence in the economy. In this period, small banks across America did not have enough money in reserve to deal with the sudden rush of people trying to remove their cash. Thousands of banks were forced to close, and many people went bankrupt. With banks no longer lending, industry ground to a halt. Jobs were cut across the nation, and unemployment reached record lows. In 1932, the Depression reached levels, and the Dow Jones hit its record lowest point. The stock market crash in America would have massive consequences worldwide, worsening the already terrible economic conditions. Although a wave of new leaders would step up in the 30s to tackle the Depression, they struggled to make an impact. In the US, Herbert Hoover was was inaugurated in 1929, just before the crash. But he had no idea how to fix it. He could be blamed for the rest of his life for the collapse of the American economy. Somewhere between 20 to 30% of the labor force was now unemployed. And although Hoover started a new scheme to provide loans to key industries, it was too little too late. The global trade situation worsened during Hoover's presidency. This smooth poly tariff act, designed to protect American interests, put a massive trade tariff on imports, creating a further freeze up of international trade when other countries retaliated. Meaning, many ordinary Americans stood in breadlines just to get better. Many more lived as homeless, taken to the roads to find work anywhere they could. People were starving in the streets, while farmers could not afford to harvest their own crops, leaving them to rot in the fields. Sprawling shantytowns spread across America, and they were nicknamed Hooverlets in Hoover's honor. In Germany, the crisis swept the Nazis into power. Hitler was made Chancellor of Germany in 1933, with disastrous consequences for the German people, and later the rest of the world. In the U.S., Franklin D. Roosevelt was sworn in as president in 1933, and would remain president until he died in 1945, due in part to the incredible series of crises with which he was dealing. FDR would introduce the New Deal, a massive economic relief program designed to save the economy. This multi-pronged and complex wave of legislation was supposed to provide relief, reform, and recovery in equal measure. One central element of the New Deal was creating the Public Works Administration, which aimed to create jobs by developing various building projects. Under Roosevelt's administration, bridges, airports, schools, and other buildings were constructed across the country. The government even went so far as to pay writers and artists to produce works of art. Roosevelt had passed the state farms, many of whom were now completely ruined. In the South, the plight of agricultural workers was made worse by the dust bowl caused by wave around high winds. The terrible problems faced by farm laborers rents, principal fees, were the great push to come out of the Depression era. Although FDR would introduce much important legislation, his measures were controversial. Roosevelt's first New Deal in the early 30s resulted in a showdown with the Supreme Court, which tried to reverse his policies. The AAA, or Agricultural Adjustment Act, aimed to help farmers recover from difficult economic conditions, and the NIR, the National Industrial Recovery Act, were both declared unconstitutional on the Supreme Court. The second phase of the New Deal, from 1935 to 36, introduced the Wagner Act and the Social Security Act, which have both been long-lasting and have been viewed the test of time. The Wagner Act gave workers more rights, including the right to unionize. The Social Security Act gave unemployment insurance to Americans for the first time and provided for the poor, the elderly, and the disabled. Roosevelt won re-election by a landslide on the back of these reforms. Historians are still very divided on whether Roosevelt's measures helped the economy or had no effect whatsoever.
I will stop it. I think
Roosevelt did not go far enough.
at least you understood how was America initially, and all of a sudden it collapsed. Collapsed due to the unincreasing pressure put by American farmers, है ना? लोग ने crops इतना बना लिया, but there was no equivalent demand for the crops. चलो, let's write down in your notebook. Okay. There was silence. क्या बोला? Who was the president who pulled America slowly out of the depression? Franklin D. Roosevelt. Did you not see? He died in between the program only, but still then he was a fellow. Nice gentleman. I know him personally. Okay, that's right. During 1930s, America experienced, actually 29 में start हुआ, इसका effect 30s में देखा. America experienced a highly strange economic depression. Which began late 29 late 29, which began in 1929 and lasted till 1930s. Second point. It was a period of decline in production, come on, fall in employment, exam fall in unemployment, not legal. Very careful, fall in employment, as well as income and trade. Exam में ऐसा लिखा है, fall in unemployment, मतलब employment बढ़ा. Next,
As well as
income and trade. Next, exact time and period of GD was not known. मतलब 29 में हुआ, but exact time and date किसी को मालूम नहीं. Of GD was not known, but steady fall in agricultural price. And if I use the word rotting, you understand the word rotting? सड़ गया पूरा, क्योंकि मार्केट में लोग बेच रहे हैं ना. And rotting of perishable agricultural goods. देखा वो लोग ने बोला नहीं, कॉटन को लोग ने कट भी नहीं किया, वैसे छोड़ दिया फार्म में. कॉटन तो ग्रो था. And rotting of agricultural products led to this great depression. अभी मैं इसको 3 पार्ट में डिवाइड करेगा. First one that you have written is intro, second is causes, and third will be the result. Correct? Now you write causes. Let us go as short as possible. First point. Overproduction in agricultural sector. Overproduction in agricultural sector without. What is that word? Equivalent. Understand equivalent? मैंने कहा सोचा भी नहीं कि मैं प्रोड्यूस करते जा रहा हूँ, डिमांड भी तो चाहिए प्रोडक्ट का. Without any equivalent demand for the same. Without any equivalent demand for the same. So, same one. Sharp decline. In prices come on, decline in overall income and worsening of agricultural market and worsening WERSENING, worsening of agricultural market. Second point. During 1920s, American banks have advanced huge loans to several European nations
as well as to its citizens. To its citizens. Stop. Fall in the money value and failure to pay back these loans, fall in the money value and failure to pay back these loans, led to the collapse of banks. And failure to pay back the loans led to the collapse of several banks. Next. American government doubled the import duties. You understand import duties? मतलब जो भी goods अमेरिका में आता था उसका भी duties double कर दी क्योंकि already उनके पास goods है पर खरीदने वाला कोई नहीं double their import duties which gave them a severe blow to the world trade. The last point. Industries in America was also badly affected. I feel you right came to a standstill. You understand standstill? Just throw me a pen for a while, and then I'll throw you guys. It's okay. And given some commodities by saying that, please forget. Yeah. It was very good. Standstill. Hyphen. Unemployment unemployment was its highest, adding to the existing depression. Now read all this and tell me. मैं थोड़ा सा मिर्च मसाला लगा के दिया है, but these are quite good enough so that your teacher doesn't refer left and right. Yeah, please refer my notes. I'm not saying for a little bit of boasting of me. Every year, whatever notes I get, students find it easier to learn and write. And they get very good marks in the board exam. I don't write, they only write. But थोड़ा सा हमारा product है ना? Please tell me.
The past was adding
To the existing depression. बच्चा तो स्कूल में भी ऐसे ही लिखता है या स्कूल में नोट देते ही नहीं. Any points, onliners, Madhav, Aditya, Krish, any of the points?
No.
Confirm, na? Sure. Let us write the last part of the chapter, the depression, not the chapter. The results of depression. You write only the result. Okay, shall I ask you guys to write 91 में है? Or do you want me to give? पहले read करो, 91 का वो देखो. What were the results of Great Depression? के बाद ना I give it to 3 points quick. तो मुझे भी मालूम है. फिर भी तो read करना है points. तुरंत वो लिख. अरे एक बार तो ट्राई करेगा ना दोस्त, ठीक है नहीं? Shall we write down point number 1? I know you're not going to write it. I want to test your morale booster. Point number 1. The depression of 1929 gave a serious setback
to households, businessmen, farmers, and industrialists. Second point. The entire American economy I'm writing that word, was in a precarious situation. What is precarious? Very, very bad situation. On one side, wages reduced, industries locked. On other side, cost of living was the highest. One matter. And other side, the cost of living was the highest. Next. The entire banking system collapsed. Next one. The entire banking system collapsed. Come on. Money value fell down sharply. Did I say about unemployment, Dina? Unemployment soared. You understand soared? Yes, S-O-A-R-D. I don't know what kind of recording this AC is really making the camera to transfer. I'm away from the heavenly. Unemployment soared high. Loans were not recovered. Ultimately, collapse of the whole financial system. Next. By 1935, a modest recovery was underway. And the new American president, I'll write his name, I don't make any spelling mistakes. Great man, not for India anyway. Franklin. I remember some of my English teachers used to Roosevelt. I said, why Roosevelt? ऐसा है ना spelling usually. This is V-E, Roosevelt. I said it is Roosevelt. No, Roosevelt. My English. R-O-O-S-E-V-E-L-T. I'm practicing British writing. I'm going to learn. Alright. टिकट के लिए थोड़ा पैसा कम कर पूछ कितना कम कर only 79,919 मेरा बजट ₹2 है ये सबसे सस्ता टिकट
कोई आइडिया कर मैं खुद भी आया 1.5 लाख का 2 लाख का 2.5 अमेरिका अमेरिका टू बेल्जियम तो मैं तो बोले टिकट से ही मैं बोला करोड़पति से अरबपति से और करोड़पति फिर मेरा वहां पर कितना टिकट आया and my friends they go there and they don't come after 8 years also because the पैसा नहीं there is nothing there I within 4 years I think I think minimum 4 times और मैं ठंडी में निकले गया ट्रेलर है ना मैं बॉम्बे भागते हैं एक तो उधर था then I went to Singapore was exactly the opposite 43 39 उधर हम लोग 6 लेयर का ड्रेस पहनने का फिर 1 लेयर का पहना तो पूरा पसीना it was a nice experience okay so are you guys on the back let's see on the bank okay now India and depression no need to write we have almost finished 3 paragraphs are sufficient now if you want more points please ask me result भी मैंने दे दिया अच्छा I didn't complete Franklin D Roosevelt launched a New Deal program इसलिए मेरा स्टोरी नहीं मेरा कहता कोई सुनता नहीं बार-बार बोलता न्यू डील प्रोग्राम ना बस हो गया बार-बार वही मत सुन मतलब ठीक है अभी नया कंट्री का नया स्टोरी न्यू डील प्रोग्राम श्रीलंका सिंगापुर मलेशिया थाईलैंड उधर नहीं है right up pulled America out of this great depression now we can say successfully we have completed the depression सोचो फिर अमेरिकन लोग का हालत देखा तो हमारा कैसा था वो धारावी के जैसा घर में रहते धारावी से भी बंद था फिर आप लोग अमेरिका का ऐसा पिक्चर देखेंगे एवरीथिंग गोस इतना ग्रेट ग्रैंडफादर लुकिंग मानर वे मैन डोंट टेल मी क्या उसे तो इंडिया में इन हरपन टाइम वी हैड अ गुड हाउस एंड फिर हरप्पा का 2-3 फोटो लेने के बीच में कॉन्डो डाल देंगे ये देख हरप्पा में हम लोग ओ माय गॉड रियली कॉन्डो अभी बना हरप्पा का बीच में come on guys India and the Great Depression pick up page number 92 I'm going to mark then there is one short paragraph Bretton Woods तो at least मतलब बोलते ना politically chapters over but economically अंदर घुसना पड़ेगा financial lecture let us start page number 92 India we realize how integrated होने चाहिए that tremors तो ऊपर लिखो waves of a crisis in one part of the world underlined quickly relayed what is the meaning of the word relayed उधर लिखो transferred in 19th century colonial India underline colonial India hey, why it is colonial India British
It's under British rule.
very good became an underline exporter of agricultural goods and importer of manufacturers ये इंग्लैंड में मतलब भी हमको अच्छे से उतना मार किया बराबर से a depression immediately underlined affected India's trade India's exports and imports nearly underlined half ये year सब छोड़ दो international prices crash underlined prices in India also plunged hey, what is the meaning of a plunge drop down or fell down whatever and then let us go to peasants farmers suffered more than urban you know why these peasants and farmers are suffering more in India than the urban people let me see where depression का point से connected है
I think when the agriculture prices fell, the demand fell.
ये agriculture के वजह से ये depression start हुआ अमेरिका के पास इतना बीज है अब इंडिया बोलते कि मैं भी मीट एक्सपोर्ट करता हूँ तो वो बंद कर उसी का इतना प्रोग्राम चल रहा है तो farmers and peasants were badly affected slum urban people भी affect हुआ पर उतना नहीं and let's go ahead देखो peasants producing for the world market worst hit underline peasants underline world market worst hit मतलब जो farmers को लगा कि हम लोग फॉरेन एक्सपोर्ट करके बहुत पैसा कमाएगा अमेरिका ने बोला कुछ नहीं कमाएगा तुम्हारे मुंह पे रखो कुछ रिस्क मत दे दे and then consider the झूठ होनी चाहिए facts telling होनी चाहिए then directly go down to a line famous economist
ये आपको आएगा, is very popular fellow, J.M. Keynes, full form है John Maynard, an American economist, thought that Indian gold exports promoted global economic trade. अगर ये नहीं समझा उसका point एक ऊपर देखो. India became an exporter of precious metals. Did you see? Underline that. मतलब इंडिया ने अपना गोल्ड बेच के अमेरिका का डिप्रेसिंग गोल्ड नीचे लेकर आया. America doesn't sell gold anymore. In those days, America was not having. India was having. Also, gold for the investor. वो कभी नहीं करे. वो अपना रिजर्व सब नहीं करना चाहिए. जबकि इंडिया के पास तो हर एक टेक्टर में इतना बड़ा है तो भाई that is why they are GDP. हाँ, they maintain a very solid gold market. इंडिया में पब्लिक को थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम है तो बाकी तरह मिलेंगे आंसर. And even American gold is not like 24 karat, it's only 18 karat. मैं दो तीन लेकर आया तो ये क्या नकली नकली नहीं चाहिए हम किसी में लेके जाए अगर 18 कैरेट ठीक हम लोग 24 कैरेट मतलब मैं क्या करेगा they buy more of diamonds and more of platinum. They don't like उसको yellow में भी gold में ठीक. Yeah, we have seen this West Indies cricketers, although the country has become very poor and not so good, but you see every cricketer wears a platinum. They got element. Oh my God. It's man. And you know what is the difference between platinum and gold? That is the best gold. Platinum, you buy it today, you sell it after 10 years. Platinum rate in that 10th year जितना है उतना ही जाएगा. ये गोल्ड में ये डेप्रिसिएशन है, ये वो एफसी है, कुछ नहीं होगा, चुपचाप ट्रेड. But very few people buy platinum because not everyone cup of tea. Okay, let's go into the next line. Rural India, underline unrest. बस उतना ही, महात्मा गांधी इधर. Industrial बस उतना ही. एक काम करो, ये points पूरा नोटबुक में लिख लो. हाँ, then we will write it. You're in depression and India. India and the depression. If you want, then I'll explain that. Bretton Woods conference. If we have time, we have time. If this board is so easy to clean, that side board is so. That's a industrial. Let's remember the last photo. जो भी एग्जाम वाले सबको बोलो सर ने इतना बड़ा चैप्टर कर दिया बेटर हो जाए है ना. Once you finish that, then I'll explain this. What is WBI? only underlying points to likhna, salary parts minimum. But also have a question comes, depression and India, what is that? So my mark here. Then give me the volume which you are going to do.
So, essentially, I had already stopped like before 100 years ago, we had stopped selling gold or something. It would have changed the right?
So how could you say this? I mean, look, now your house is in trouble. You are not getting money. You are having gold. So what is the first thing what you do?
All these
So why come India with this? अभी आत्मा भी बोल सकते हैं।
how strict they are.
देखो, America setup and Indian setup is totally different. They did not say जब चाइना का प्राइम मिनिस्टर 7 दिन तक बाहर नहीं आया था, हमारा इंडियन न्यूज़ चैनल में बोलते हैं कि उसको ऐसा कर दिया, वो मैं खुद भी बिलीव हुआ इंडिया के गोल्डन दिन आगे चाइनीज प्रेसिडेंट गया, वो 7 दिन के बाद मास्क कुछ करके बाहर आके वो डिक्लेयर कर रहे कि मैं 7 दिन तक हाउस क्वारंटीन था। तो बड़ा मॉकरी ऑफ इंडियन प्रेसिडेंट। मैं मेरा दोस्त ने तो 3 दिन पहले भेज दिया, बोले यार न्यूज़ में आया और ऐसे ही शाम को चेक किया चाइना और न्यू रूलर और लोग 2-3 रूलर के नाम भी नहीं। It's like in my hometown, the person who had a very peculiar accent. एक बुढ़िया ही मैंने बात बोलते थे उसका हाथ है ना से करी। 2 दिन के बाद हमारी बुढ़िया ही बोलते थे उसका तो एक्सीडेंट हो गया। चौथा या 5वां दिन देख रहे वहां से वो चल के आया मैंने कहा क्या हो गया एक्सीडेंट हाँ हो गया तो बेटा हाथ नहीं कुछ नहीं थोड़ा सा चला हो जाए after a few minutes that old lady came there क्या हो गया वो एक्सीडेंट अभी मिला था बस हाँ तो हॉस्पिटल में एक तो न्यूज़ पूरा ठीक से बोल तो इधर आके वो बढ़िया फिर 2 दिन तो सिर्फ इधर बेचारा बच्चे क्या तो अभी तो ठीक है चलो वही था तूने चल देखा कुछ जानकारी मतलब फिर उसका बहुत तक कर why I'm giving this incident because we try to hide because when America had experienced the Great Depression in one day 129 million stocks were sold अब एक दिन में अगर इतना stocks को बेचेगा don't you think that Wall Street will collapse I mean topics are not here now I've stopped my lecturing in economics so bad earlier at the college I used to work many people used to tease me that he is economics kidder because मुझे पता नहीं वो economics पढ़ाते इतना हो गया ना anywhere people will tell me कि सर वो economics में क्या था मैं तुरंत बताएगा without looking into the book तो एक नया टीचर आया था उस टाइम पर अभी नया ही था वो मेरे से जूनियर था एंड उसको अभी मुझे 80-90 मिलता था पर मंथ, यूज्ड टू गेट 30-40 पर मंथ, ज्यादा लेक्चर्स नहीं मिलता था यार, ही वाज वेरी हैप्पी। सर मुझे 40,000 में, फिर क्या करते हैं, कहा सर पूरा 40,000 मार्केट में डाल दिया सर। मतलब कौन सा मार्केट में डाला, स्टॉक मार्केट में। सर आप तो मेरे से भी डबल कमाते हैं आप। अरे नहीं मेरा नॉलेज क्या, आप इकोनॉमिक्स, हाँ बस वो थियरी अलग है प्रैक्टिकल अलग है। आफ्टर 2 months ही केम सर, वो टेंशन है, मतलब क्या हो गया, क्या हो गया, नहीं सर 2 महीने का पेमेंट जो खुश होकर लगाया, अभी मार्केट रेट बहुत डाउन है, मतलब अभी क्या कर रहा है सर, मैं पूरा स्टॉक्स बेच रहा हूँ सर। इधर आई विल टेल यू द सीक्रेट, whenever the markets are collapsing you need to purchase the stocks। अच्छा सर आपको इतना मालूम है, फिर भी नहीं करता, नहीं मेरे पास उतना पैसा नहीं सर, ये मजाक मत करो। तो फिर बेचने का कभी, मतलब जब मार्केट अप होता है ना, यू वेट 2 हफ्ता रुक, 3 हफ्ता रुक, जब तुझे लगता है कि ये जो अपराइट होता है वो एक टेम्पररी पीरियड तक ही राइज होता है, उसके बाद वो कोलैप्स होगा, एंड वेट फॉर द पीक। ना बोला वो कैसे मालूम है, मतलब अगर सब मालूम होता तो मैं पैसा नहीं लगाता। हाँ सर आप राइट बोल रहे सर, अभी से मैं जरा केयरफुल रहे, मतलब उसको 40-50,000 मिलता था, उसको सीधा 40,000 लगा देता था। अरे रुक जा भाई, तुझे पेमेंट ज्यादा मिल रहा है, आई एम टेलिंग सम 10-12-13 years बिफोर, छोड़ो सर मैं लगाऊंगा 40 का, 80 का, 1.5 लाख 3 लाख, आपका सैलरी कितना ना लेना, इससे 3 गुना कमाऊंगा, ठीक है। So normally stock market is something where you have to be very careful. Experience भी, और वो बोलते हैं ना वो मार्केट का वो कुछ पल्स रहता है, वो आई डोंट नो व्हाट दे कॉल इट, रातों रात फोन आएगा कल स्टॉक मार्केट गिर रहा है, तू निकाल सबसे ये 100 शेयर्स निकाला और भी गिर गया, मतलब वेट, क्योंकि यू एंड मी कैन नॉट विथस्टैंड द कैपेसिटी। अभी जैसे देयर आर सर्टेन बिजनेसमैन इन बॉम्बे ओनली, दे पुट 5 कोका 10 कोका 100 कोका 1 crore एंड बैठ जाता है, बोले सर आपने 100 करोड़ लगाया, फिर कब निकालेगा, 10 साल तक तो उसके ऊपर हाथ भी नहीं लगा, 10 साल नहीं, 500 करोड़ मैंने अलग रखा है ना। आप मैं ढूंढ रहा हूँ सर कुछ शेयर्स मिल जाए, मतलब ये पुट ऑलरेडी 100 crores एंड ही इज गोइंग टू वेट फॉर द नेक्स्ट 10 years। वो जो 10 years में 100 crores है ना, कम से कम 500 से 700 करोड़ उसको रिटर्न देगा। तो सोचो what he is going to do, whereas you and me take 1 lakh 2 lakh sir, मैं ना लखपति। So you won't believe, before that bomb explosion in stock market in Bombay, even the chana wala, the vada pav wala, everyone used to buy, बेचारे वो लोग उधर ही तो काम करते थे दलाल स्ट्रीट में, and many people become लखपति। उसके बाद भी क्रैश हुआ, फिर ओके हुआ, मार्केट स्टार्ट हुआ, तो अभी नाउ पीपल हु आर इन्वेस्टिंग इन द स्टॉक मार्केट दे से आई एम बिकम अ लखपति, बोले वेरी गुड, कब बना, इसके पहले मैं अरबपति था, मतलब बेचारा का डाउन हो गया मन। सो वी ऑलवेज बिलीव दिस इज अ व्हाट डू यू कॉल इट, अ गेम ऑफ दिस ओनली कैलकुलेशन, अंधाधुंध के पैसे नहीं लगाने। You see this, sorry if anybody is Gujju Madhav, are you?
Okay.
This Gujju people have this sneaky habit of understanding the pulse of the market. उसको इंग्लिश पढ़ना लिखना भी ज्यादा नहीं आता है, तो वो जो कैलकुलेट करता है ना वो मैं भी नहीं कर पाया। सर पैसो है ना, ये कंपनी का शेयर में लगा दो सर, पैसो इतना बढ़ेगा, मतलब क्या पैसो, हाँ सर हमारे गुजरात में पैसो ही बोलते, हाँ पैसो लगा दो सर, ये कंपनी का देखो। You watch that movie called Big Bull of Mr. Abhishek Bachchan. मैं खुद भी वो मूवी पहला समझ नहीं पाया वो बिग बुल करता क्या है, मतलब बैंक का ही पैसा एक बैंक से दूसरा बैंक को भेज देता है और इन बिटवीन वो खाते ही जाता है, लास्ट में वो पकड़ा जा रहा है, पर तब तक उसने बहुत पैसा कमा लिया। एंड देयर इज अ वेरी वंडरफुल मूवी इन इंग्लिश, एनीबॉडी हैव वॉच्ड द वुल्फ ऑफ द वॉल स्ट्रीट? मैं भी आज सीन्स दिखाता हूँ, you will love that movie. Leonardo DiCaprio, he got a Golden Globe award for that movie. I watched it in Toronto only. Nice movie, थोड़ा adult movie जो है, ठीक है लड़कियां ने, but movie is based on stock market. वो पहला ही सीन हुआ उसका फेरारी कार दिखाता है, बोलता the car that I'm driving, not the one which is late, the Ferrari white, it's my car. उसका खुद का स्टार क्रूज का शिप्स रहता है, बंगलो फिर बेचारा को जो स्टॉक मार्केट में लॉस और जो उसको रेट मारता है वो रोड पे आता है. But again he comes back to that path. That is what they have shown. The Wolf of the Wall Street. It's a novel written by one American fellow and a movie is also made. And if you want to understand Africa, there is a movie again of this fellow only. Blood Diamond. Blood Diamond karke ek movie hai where African people, how they are, treated by these white people for getting the diamond. Nice little movie. Usme bhi this fellow got an award. He dies in the movie. True good movie. Blood Diamond. Chaliye, let's go. Acha, I'll just explain what is this. Understand, you read it, you will come back to know. Now, what is this Bretton Woods? This is a place in America, New Hampshire. If I'm not so sure, it is 1944. Yes. Now, what is this conference all about? Now, the countries are fresh from the which war? Second World War. Now, the countries want to economically rebuild. You understand rebuild? Those countries which are having surplus money, they want to pump that money into some developing and underdeveloped countries. So more than 165 countries met in a place called Bretton Woods. It is in a place called New Hampshire or New Hampshire, whatever you pronounce. It's in USA. Correct? Or क्या decision लिया? We will form two international organizations. One is IMF, one is World Bank. अभी भी चल रहा है. But इसके पहले इसका नाम था IBRD. IBRD, write the full form after I finish. It is called as International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. Say it everyone. Not Bank of, Bank for Reconstruction and Development. अभी इसी का new form है IMF and World Bank. अभी IMF World Bank करता क्या है? It takes the money from the America. It takes the money from Russia. It takes the money from England. Whatever surplus. Same money comes to Asia or Africa. Whatever the interest rate America needs it, वो उसको चले जाएगा. In between interest rate कौन खाएगा? But what is good thing? Smooth transfer of money. Correct? So this is nothing but the result of which conference? Bretton Woods conference, which took place in New Hampshire in USA in which year? 1944. Close to 165 countries attended. They all signed the meeting through which economic programs started. So many countries came together. इसी से फिर WTO भी बाहर आता. फिर बोलते हैं कि World Trade Organization चाहिए कि Asian countries को developed countries mistreat नहीं करना. So please write down this heading. ये सब डाल दो. And then almost time. If not, you can read. Bretton Woods, New Hampshire. Dotted line लिखो. That's enough. No need to write so many things. It's interesting, no? All this movies. Yes.
Africa is a wealthy country, but in terms of
Very is absolutely. In fact, I can say Africa can become the richest continent of the world. Can.
due to like the poverty
Not poverty. It is white people only. और मिस्टर अफ्रीकन गांधी ने भी क्या बोल दिया कि तुम लोग इधर ही रहो, हम आपके साथ ही आजादी करेंगे. इंडिया की तरफ लोग ने लात मार के भगाए नहीं व्हाइट्स लोग को. They are still there. बट ठीक है, अफ्रीका ही है. You can get the देखो दुनिया का बेस्ट डायमंड्स, दुनिया का बेस्ट मिनरल्स अफ्रीका में ही मिलता है. But the problem, these people, Africans, for years, their mind has been by these white people. And आज भी अफ्रीका अच्छा ही है, ऐसा नहीं कि खराब नहीं है. But it is so difficult to come back now. अभी impossible है. देखो इंडिया ने क्या किया? Once they ousted the British slowly and steadily, now we are in a position where we are fighting back. Yesterday also Mr. Jaishankar, American का जो Mr. Blinken है, he is an external minister of America. He is addressing the press. जैसे ही उसका स्पीच खत्म हो, ये अमेरिका के खिलाफ ही बोल रहा है, in America only. So अभी अपने पास उतना मनी पावर है, तू तेरा मुंह बंद करके बैठा, हमको मालूम है तू क्या करता है. Because he was advising India and for Asian countries not to take oil from Russia. तो Mr. Jaishankar told, सबसे ज्यादा तो यूरोप ने ही रशिया से खरीदा है ऑयल, फिर हमको क्या बोलता तू, है ना? हम तो उसका 1/3 भी नहीं लेते. It's wonderful today. We'll meet in the next lecture and try to solve this question answers. This chapter is close to 75 to 80% is over. Minor parts are there that I'll finish. So after this, I will jump into minerals. Just don't go. I'll get my small diary because there is a lot of confusion. Half of chapters I've left. We'll finish off and we can pack a back. Hey guys, now just tell me because your batch is one batch which is idea jumbled one. Wait, I'm just checking for you guys also. Just be online. Agriculture, I didn't start. Making of global world almost complete. Civics, power sharing complete. Federalism complete. Gender, religion, caste, that is also complete. Economics, money and credit only completed.
So till money and credit, it's complete.
Money and credit completed, I know. ग्लोबलाइजेशन स्टार्ट किया और ये जमशेद ने बोला नहीं सर वो छोड़ो और चीज के हाँ तूने ही मुझे मना किया था याद है ना तू ही था ना वो लड़का तू ही था कि नहीं हाँ तो हाँ बोलना तो मेकिंग ऑफ अ ग्लोबल आल्सो आई जस्ट स्टार्टेड एंड डिडंट कंप्लीट करेक्ट क्या मैं हर जगह करके रखूं प्रोसेसिंग देन civics gender and religion last. Economics, I need to complete making of global world and globalization in Indian economy, and history is almost. And in then we have a chapter geography mein acha yaar geography mein just wait resources and development, water resources, agriculture start ही नहीं किया वो भी खत्म हो गया फॉरेस्ट एंड वाइल्ड लाइफ खत्म तो रिसोर्सेज एंड डेवलपमेंट वाटर रिसोर्सेज फॉरेस्ट एंड वाइल्ड लाइफ ऑल कंप्लीट ए क्रिश तूने इसमें से कोई भी लेक्चर अटेंड नहीं किया रहेगा ना वेरी गुड हाँ बट आदित्य विश्वास यू हैव अटेंडेड ऑल द लेक्चर्स
Yes, sir.
okay. So with the positive note of so many chapters incomplete, we'll meet coming Wednesday. And we'll
Sir, next Monday I have SST exams in our school. So you can, sir, can you take extra class for agriculture chapter?
No problem at all. You talk to the concerned coordinator.
Yes, sir.
Your Dwarka madam only, and she will fix the timing. Which chapter you want? Agriculture?
Yes, sir. Agriculture and sir, the part before render pressed in the history.
जो भी आप coordinator से बात कर ले, पहले ही बात कर, because I don't know, the timings are a real trouble. तेरा school timing कैसा है?
सर अभी तो सर स्कूल का छुट्टी है क्योंकि एग्जाम है तो स्टडी लीव.
मंडे को एग्जाम है?
यस सर मंडे का.
तो आज बोल वेरी गुड अभी कल ही बात कर मैडम से
सर आई थिंक आदित्य का भी होगा सर क्योंकि सेम स्कूल है तो सर
ठीक है यू टॉक टू हर एंड लेट मी नो शी विल कोऑर्डिनेट विद मी ओके चलिए गुड नाइट एंड टेक केयर बाय बाय
थैंक यू
बाय
Thank you.